Hey, bud, is it time to wake up? Time to wake up? Time to wake up? Time to wake up? Wanna wake up? Is it time to wake up? Time to wake up? Time to wake up, bud? Time to wake up? Time to wake up? No, not time to eat. Not time to eat blankets. It's time to wake up, bud. It's time to wake up, bud. Okay, it's time to wake up. There we go. Only took 30 minutes. What is up, bros, bears, muscle mommies, and everything in between? As always, this is Patrick, full primal power, your mom's favorite power lifter, top 50 power lifter of all time. Welcome back to another episode of How Important is Foreplay, where we go to the gym in a preparatory day to make sure that we are well primed to bust our load over the rest of the week. That came out really wrong, but we've got our body lubing day. That sounds wrong too. But I think you guys understand what I mean. It's a almost like a flexibility, stretching under a load kind of day where we do kind of lighter weights. We increase the range of motion on every movement that we've got to kind of limber up the body and get us nice and warmed up for the rest of the week. But before we go to the gym, we got a couple things to take care of. First and foremost, we got to eat. So we've got, I thought it'd sound more like a spoon in a jar of mayonnaise. We've got 180 grams of beef, 3 eggs, 2 slices of cheese, and we're supposed to have it with a bagel and 40 grams of honey, but we're out of bagels right now, and that's another thing that we got to take care of before we go to the gym. We got to go to the store, so I'll take you guys along with me, and you guys get to see what a grocery haul looks like for me. And the carbs that we got today, we've got oatmeal, and I need to find where I put my honey. Oh, there it is over there. Because we are going to measure out our 40 grams of honey for this meal, and it's going to make it very tasty, very not meaningful. All right, let me skillfully. It's a lot more honey than I thought it was going to be. There we go. Oh. It's 40.8. So close. I'm very skilled. Yeah, I got skills. What you gonna do about it? But I know all of you are actually here just to see Buddy. Hey, Bud. Hey, Bud. He thinks he's gonna get some. He's actually got a cracked nail right now, so he's a little grumpy. So he's a little guy. No, I don't have food for you. I don't have food for you. I got love. I got love for you. You get loved. Yeah. Get loved. Get loved. Okay, fine. How could you say no to this face? How could you say no to this face? You can't, and that's a problem. So, I know that I have to go to the store, but I don't know what I need at the store. It's like, so I need bagels, because I'm out of bagels. And bagels is one of those things that you can't like buy in bulk, because you can only get as many bagels excuse me, as I'm gaseous right now. So for those of you wondering, what was it, oatmeal is a high FODMAP food, which is why it's not equivalent to bagels. It's a good, it's okay, but it's not better than bagels. Bagels is the number one primary source of carbs that I should be having in the morning, along with my, oh my goodness, these glasses are messy, along with my 40 grams of honey. But the difference between bagels and oatmeal is the amount of gas that it produces in your body. So oatmeal is a high FODMAP food, which means it's a highly gaseous food. When it digests into your stomach, after you've eaten it, it produces a lot of gas. You throw in the eggs and the sulfur from there, the choline and everything that's in eggs, and then you also have beef in there with the fats and stuff. And you've got a recipe for some pretty gassy experiences. So bagels are better in the morning than an equivalent amount of calorically of bagels is better for you than oatmeal, because you won't have as much indigestion. So like when you're producing your own meal plan and stuff like that, it's something to consider. But we're on our way to the store right now. I'm going to Market Basket, or Demola's. If you're not from New England, you don't know about the cult surrounding Market Basket, but it's just better than everywhere else because it's Market Basket. So I need to get bagels. I need to get crumpets. For those of you not in Europe, crumpets are like English muffins, but if it was a sponge. So it's way better. Crumpets are better than English muffins. I don't know the British equivalent. Was it scones? Scones? They call biscuits. English muffins in America are like biscuits that don't crumble as much, and when you cut them in half, you can put it in a toaster. But crumpets are by far superior. And I've been thinking about making my own crumpets, thinking about making my own bagels, but I don't have time right now. Otherwise, you guys would have more of the educational content, which I haven't produced in like 2 months, which I really need to get back on to doing. And luckily, I am in a situation, henceforth, starting later this week, which is super exciting, and I'm so excited for, where I will be able to start producing that educational content for you guys again, which means I will have more technically free time. You fill your time somehow when you have free time. So I am a substitute teacher, and the school year is starting back up this week, 2 days from now, September 3rd, in one of the school districts that I'm approved to sorry, there's a cop with his lights on passing. But one of the 2 school districts that I'm approved to be a substitute teacher, because you have to pass a background check in order to be a substitute teacher, which is kind of funny that USAPA didn't do background checks for their judges who are around a lot of people in vulnerable states. But yeah, you have to pass a background check in order to be a substitute teacher. Makes sense. You don't want pedophiles going into schools. So, yes, I'm not a pedophile. I'm a substitute teacher. And the opening for the next month. So, paraprofessionals get paid less and they're respected less than teachers. And it goes the same for substitute teachers and paraprofessionals, where substitute paraprofessionals get paid less than substitute teachers. For some reason, I don't know why, but there's an opening for a substitute paraprofessional, where I don't know if you need to be a teacher. You need a certain certification along with your you don't have to have a teaching degree. You just have to be a certified teacher. But it helps to you have to have some sort of bachelor's. I got mine in math, pure math. And I did study math education for a very hot minute. Come on, merge, you jackass. So when I graduated college, when I was looking for work, I was a substitute teacher, and pretty good pay. I was the only substitute. That was in 2020 when they were super desperate for substitute teachers because schools were basically breeding grounds for everything, and schools would shut down and stuff. So it'd be like, oh no, the high school shut down. Let me just substitute at the middle school then. Middle school shut down. High school's not. Let's go to the high school. And I prefer substitute teaching in high school because I'm the teacher who, if you fall asleep in class, I'm not going to wake you up. If you're asleep, you're not my problem. You're not causing distractions for other students, and you've made your decision as to what you are going to do. Also, I didn't care. So there was one time when King Kong versus Godzilla came out, was when I was subbing in the high school, and like the week it came out, a couple of my students pirated it, and they were like, can we put this on the projector? I was like, I really want to say yes, but I should probably say no. So you guys can watch it in the corner, just don't distract anyone with it. And they didn't distract anyone with it, and I was cool with it, and I was their favorite sub. But the opening that I'm looking at filling for the next month, because they only post it a month at a time, is a paraprofessional one-on-one in a preschool. So I'm a little hesitant, but it's like, let me weigh my options. If I don't take it, I have to work 50 to 70 hours a week doing Uber Eats, which is it's gonna screw me when it comes to taxes time, because I'm gonna owe taxes when in April, and also wear and tear on my car, and also some days I work 14 hours a day, which is not cool. If I do the professional, I'll get paid as much as I do for 50 hours of work doing Uber Eats. I won't have the wear and tear on my car. I'll be working 7 hours a day, 5 days a week, and I'll have my weekends back, which is cool. And I will be more consistent with food. So it's like the pros right now are almost outweighing the cons. The only thing is, occasionally, it's a preschool job. And preschool teachers and substitutes and paraprofessionals sometimes have to change diapers. And I have never changed a diaper in my life. So that's the only thing I'm hesitant about, because I don't want to start doing that. But the question is, having weekends back or changing diapers, which is worse? And that's a pretty easy question. Because I'll also have human interaction with the other teachers, which right now, doing Uber Eats, zero human interaction other than grumpy employees and grumpy customers. So I think I think starting on Tuesday, so the day after my squat day, I will be a substitute paraprofessional until pretty much the American Pro. That's a scary thought, because I still need to get my Airbnb. So I might have to do some Uber Eats just to make enough so that I can afford, kind of fill in the gaps financially, so I can afford my Airbnb and stuff like that, food. But shouldn't be too bad. Anyways, I've arrived at the store, and I am going to get the things that I listed: coffee creamer, bagels, crumpets. Is that really it? I think that's it.
What can I get for you?
Hi, can I get a large iced pumpkin coffee with regular cream and sugar?
Anything else?
That'd be it.
You come right up.
Thank you.
Yo.
I started putting things away from the groceries and I realized I didn't show you guys what I got. So we got some mozzarella cheese. We got slices of pasteurized processed cheese food. Totally definitely food. We got stuff to make homemade pasta sauce. We got Crystal Light. We got a gallon of water. We got some coffee creamer. And then 2 things of bagels and 2 things of crumpets. And the crumpets, you see how spongy it is? Yeah. Ignore the fact that it's vegan. It's delicious. Pre-training food. We've got 8 ounces of, I always forget the name of this cereal. Cinnamon Toast Crunch. 16 ounces Fairlife fat-free milk. And if a dog doesn't start leaving me alone, hey bud, he'll be my source of protein. Landlord decided this was all carpeted to take up all the carpet. You got these tacky sheets, and I don't want anybody to get hurt, so I'm gonna pull them up at least at this door. All right, boys, our weekly foreplay, and just like actual foreplay, we don't like it. Well, I mean, when you're in your late teens, early 20s, and it starts to kind of fizzle out at around 29, if you don't do foreplay, you're gonna have a bad time, because there's this thing called lubrication that, like, 25 starts to take a downturn, and then 27 is and by the time they hit 30, it's like, what if we just use something else as an outside lubricant, and that'll get the job done, right? Because tears only work as lube for so long. I'm just kidding. But we got our priming day, preparatory day, stretching under a load day, where we don't really have a main movement for the day. It's basically an accessory day, where we do accessories and hope for the best. So what do we have today? And yes, I do have a boo-boo on my finger. My pre-workout was a little intense today, and we had, was it 3 accidents while taking pre-workout. So I'm feeling a little under the weather. So if you recall from, I believe it was my last video, which I videoed on Thursday, and today is Sunday, I had expired Taco Bell. And I'm still recovering from the consumption of said expired Taco Bell. So I'm feeling a little under the weather, but so luckily we've got this prep day, this light day, where we're not doing too heavy of stuff, and we're not really taxing the CNS too much. But I had that Taco Bell, and I've been feeling ick ever since I got the ick. And the ick has not been treating my tummy or my butthole very well. And today being Sunday, and the ick still being present, the Taco Bell was free, but we are currently paying for it. So I've been a little under the weather the past couple of days. My HRV has been down. My resting heart rate has been up. So it's even stressful on my system. So we're not feeling super cowabunga, boys. But where was I going with this? Oh, so after my pre-training meal, I was like, I feel like I might puke. It's not good. There's a lot of food. Does not feel super good on the system. We also had that high FODMAP oatmeal this morning, which probably wasn't helping. And so we needed to call an audible, and I took a nap. I took a nice 35 plus 18, a 53-minute nap. Yeah, I did math. You know that period of time where like you can convince yourself of anything? Yeah, I convinced myself to prolong my nap. And also Buddy was laying on top of me the entire time, and I was like, you're too cute. We got to continue with this, little guy. Buddy suggested I prolong my nap, and I did. And we took a little longer nap than I wanted to. So yeah, it is dark outside, and I'm going to the gym a little later than I would like to be going. Will I Uber Eats tonight? I don't know. You need a day off every once in a while, don't you? You only work 7 days a week so often. So yeah, so my pre-workout, 3 accidents. Well, 2 were kind of just but 1 actual accident. So I got a boo-boo on my finger. And I feel like I got shot in my hip and leg, and it's not a fun time. It's not a fun time, but it is what it is. Don't take pre-workout, boys and girls. Don't take pre-workout. It's never a good idea. Pre-workout, never even once. But what we got today? We've got reverse grip, lat pull down. We've got head supported rear delt fly, supersetted with hex push-ups. And then we've got incline dumbbell bench, supersetted with incline dumbbell bench, but slower. And then we've got chest supported zero acceleration dumbbell rows, seesaw rows. And then we finish off with 2 variations of dumbbell curls, 1 light, 1 heavier. So we've got 3x20, 30 seconds rest. That's the light one. And then we go right into the 3x8, 2 minutes rest. So shouldn't be too bad of a day. Famous last words. I'm gonna lock myself out of the social medias while I'm in there so that I don't get too distracted while I'm training. I'm gonna be listening to an audiobook. I believe I'm on book 8 of The Wandering Inn. The Blood of Liscor. If you start the Wandering Inn series, just acknowledge that the first book sucks, but it gets better from henceforth. Some of the chapters is some of the best literature that you will ever read. Some of it is the worst. Yeah, there's an entire chapter about dildos. There's an entire chapter about periods in medieval time. Yeah, so Drake and Knoll dildos is an entire chapter. Let that sink in as one of the things that you will hear if you start the same audiobook. But it'll also prevent me from talking to like the slutty Czech Republic girls. Just kidding. No one wants to talk to me. I just end up doom scrolling in between sets, and I'm like, oh no! Well, not in between sets, but exercises, because I keep myself to the timed rest periods, because most of this is either 90-second or 2-minute rest periods, so I keep those strict. But it's in between where I'm like, I don't have a timer going, so I don't need to go super fast here. But I do need to go super fast here. So, I will see you guys. I'll let you guys know how this went. And, I'll see you guys in there. All right, boys and girl, wax my gooch, because we had ourselves a preparatory day. It's like a bikini wax, but for getting rim jobbed. So, how did today go? We started off the day with the in reverse grip lat pull down, trying to get a really good lat stretch there, and I believe we succeeded. If you noticed, if you've been watching for a while, and you remember my last preparatory day where I did the exact same thing, my gym got new pieces of equipment, and that new piece of equipment is the Jungle Gym. I don't know if that's the actual name or phrasing for what the piece of equipment is, but it's there, which means that the rickety-dickety old lat pull-down machine that used to bow when I used it is no longer going to be the main method, because that one also did not have a very good range of motion for me. So this new one has a better range of motion, so I don't have to do as much to get that extended range of motion that I'm aiming for every time that I do a lat pull down. The only problem is they set it up really close to the wall, so I can't lean back. So I can't get super duper extended range of motion, but it is what it is. Moved on to the head supported rear delt fly supersetted with hex push-ups. Now this movement, I usually use the back of a bench, and then I had an epiphany. You know what piece of equipment everyone uses correctly? There's a reverse hyper, and I don't get a, hey, you need to be at this body angle in order to be doing this movement correctly. So I was like, I'm gonna use the reverse hyper to support my head. It's also probably the most padded thing in the gym. So yeah, I used the reverse hyper. It was fantastic. I didn't have to move a million pieces of equipment around because it just lent itself to the movement. It's not a reverse hyper, it's a head supported rear delt fly machine, boys. I've decreed. The hex push-ups, pretty good. Playing around with different hand angles on these to try and get different stimuli and stretches through the pecs and biceps, because I've got a little bit of a forearm thing going on in my right hand. That sounds awful, but it's tightness from holding my phone like so while I'm driving for Uber, and it's developing some sort of, like, I don't want to say carpal tunnel, but like ickiness in the wrist area, and it's not fun. So trying to get a little bit of a jump on the gun, for a lack of a better term, so that, you know, it doesn't develop into a problem. Those are pretty good, sets of 20 for each of those. And then we moved on to the dumbbell, incline dumbbell bench, 20 plus 6, regular and slow eccentric incline dumbbell press. So these, my gym has 2 adjustable benches. The one that I use today has a maximum load of 550 pounds. The other one is the one that everyone loves using and never puts away. So rather than wrestling with the incline dumbbell or the adjustable bench that I should be using, because if you noticed, I'm rocking back and forth on every single rep, every single press of this, and that I was nervous that the bench was going to buckle under me and I was going to get really badly injured while doing so. Didn't happen, but just because it didn't happen this time doesn't mean it won't happen next time. It's like, I don't even know who it's last time I complained about people not putting things away at the gym, I got in trouble. So I'm not going to complain about it. Moving on. They felt it was 4 sets of 26, if you want to include the regular and slow eccentric. And set 3 was pretty harsh, 90 seconds rest, and I was getting the hypoxic response pretty good, probably because the bench was so unstable. I was actually activating the stabilizers more than necessary in order to not die in this movement. So that was pretty good. I was really happy with the stimulus there. We got the first set, I got a good stretch through their biceps and chest, and I was really happy with that. And then moving forward with that, we got fully stretched out and started to get a muscle growth response, a hypoxic response, and it felt good all the way through. And then we moved on to the chest supported dumbbell seesaw zero acceleration row. My voice is a little scratchy right now because I recorded a educational video. I realized it was too late to go and do Uber Eats, so I recorded an educational video because no one was at the gym. And I was like, now's the perfect time to do this. So I finally recorded the 531 video that I've been talking about recording for probably two-ish months now. Hopefully the algorithm still recognizes that that content style is the content style that it deemed me worthy enough to get the growth that I did earlier this year. So hopefully. This bench sucks dick. Like, not in a good way, not like a way that I would buy chocolate strawberries in February, but like Harold and Kumar go to Guantanamo Bay, kind of sucking dick, where it's like, it's not gay to get your dick sucked, but it's gay to suck dick, you know? So like, it's lower to the ground, so my chest, like, I had to adjust where my I hate people using high beams while driving. It's irresponsible. It could distract people from driving. I kept hitting the dumbbells on the floor because I just hate this bench so much. And like, it also had the rickety dickety going on, where it was not only was it going back and forth because I was moving weight, but also because I was seesawing as prescribed, which made it that much worse to do. And it kept swaying back and forth, and I just hate this bench. I hate it. It's a power block bench, so it's probably Walmart brand. I wish that they would toss it and get a new one, but probably not gonna, because it still works. People still use it. It's just, it doesn't work for me. The gym's not gonna get new equipment specifically for me because I am not that important. Never think that you are, because chances are you probably too are not that important. Moving on, we recognized that we had some time to kill. Not to kill, but like, we were in the gym, and my homie Shane Haller, he texted me the other day. And he wanted some, he was intrigued by my guesting on the FTS Table Talk podcast. And I mentioned how I rehabbed my patellar tendonitis, and he was like, I think I might have patellar tendonitis. What do you do? And I told him, and he was like, you mind sending me videos of that next time you do it? I wasn't doing it today because I wasn't squatting today, but I still recorded those videos and sent them out to him. But I made the mistake. I unlocked my Instagram, and then I stood there for 45 minutes, even before I sent the videos, distracted. So yeah, I have a problem. So we finished up. We did dumbbell curls, light, 15 pounds, got a pretty good hypoxic response. It's feeling not as pumpy, which is weird. I don't know what that's about. But got it done. It wasn't easy, if that counts. Then we moved on. We did 40 pounds for the 3x8, 2 minutes rest, and we paced around the gym trying to get our steps in. While in between those sets, 2 minutes rest, I think I said. It's weird because they're two different hards. The lighter ones are hard because you're basically chewing gravel the whole time. The other one is hard because it's heavy, and you don't really get much of a pump response from the heavy. So it's like I'm growing my muscle two different ways, and it's kind of like giving me whiplash going back and forth from that. And then I didn't record it, but I did 30 minutes on the treadmill because I needed to finish off my steps for the day, hit my 10K, which I did. And then I recorded the 531 video, And then we skedaddled right out of there. Now I'm very hungry because it is very late. And I have only eaten twice today. So I need calories in my body so that I can... I got squats tomorrow and I've missed meals. That's not good. Usually, so the way that I think about food is you eat today what you're going to use tomorrow. So luckily I got those crumpets, and that'll hopefully help me get enough calories in. Protein shake is going to help too. Going to get a lot of protein in. A lot of protein. Not going to get enough carbs. I think my landlords made burgers today. I'm going to see if they don't have any extra burgers. Because if they had burgers, I can measure those burgers and be close enough with my... it'll be higher in fat, which is fine. But if they have buns, then I won't have to make rice. So I'll save myself 20 minutes, 30 minutes. But I'm going to go inside and assess the food situation. What I'm supposed to have is 220 grams of beef, 400 grams of rice, and 70 grams of guacamole. But if they have already prepared food that I can whip up in less than 10 minutes, I'm going to do that because it's late, I'm tired, and I also need to digest that before I can have another meal. Probably 30 minutes to digest that, and have another meal of 4 crumpets with jelly, and minimum 40 grams of whey. I'll probably throw in about 100 grams of whey to compensate for missing the chicken meal today, which is a problem that I'm consistently having. And I probably should cook new chicken. The chicken that I have is a little sketchy right now, and I don't know how I feel about that. So I've got some frozen chicken in the freezer that I can... Do I have to thaw that? Probably. I'll pull that out today. Alright, I'm cheating, and I'm using ready rice. Ain't nothing wrong with that. If you have fitness goals and you don't have at least some sort of stockpile of 90-second rice for days like this, you need to get it. It doesn't have to be Uncle Ben's. I have this is bowls of white rice. Also, I just happen to feel less guilty about using the Ben's Original Ready Rice right now, because it's like when you reach into your pocket and you find $20 and you're like, whoa, I didn't know I had that. I feel so rich now. That's exactly what this is. I didn't realize that I had the Ready Rice, so that's what we're using. Still gonna measure this out though. All right, so what was the last thing I recorded? Oh, yeah, Ben's rice. Yeah, we did that. What we got in the bowl? Yes, I did just use my zoom function because I am being quite lazy. Don't at me. We've got 480 grams of basmati rice, long grain rice. I'm liking the little change up because I usually have short grain Calrose rice. 220 grams of 96.4 beef, 70 grams of guacamole, a cup of decaf coffee, and some flaky salt on there to tie it all together. Because Mama said, wait. So I grew up, and butter was a condiment, basically. Basically, butter was treated like a condiment. You ever dipped bread in butter? Yeah, there's a reason I'm the size I am, and it's a unhealthy relationship with food, and not having the best upbringing with the relationship of food. And one of those was learning that butter makes things tasty. Didn't understand why butter made things tasty, but my new mom, Brianni, my nutritionist, who I call mom because she's like, Patrick, did you send your check in? I'm like, okay, mom. That's how that spurred. But she says that she's the queen of salt because she's got like smoked salt, pink salt, flaky salt, this salt, that salt. So I'm like, she comes from a different ethnic background than I do. Is it racist to identify these things? I don't know. I don't know what's racist or not. do white people treat butter the way that African American communities treat spices? Because there's the theme that white people will fry the shit out of everything, but won't use spices to save their life. But black people actually know how to cook. But also they fry a lot of things. I don't know. It's really late at night and I'm having weird... I'm trying to connect dots that might not be there. But also I'm going to be watching a speed run of, what was it? Mario RPG Remake. Original Mario RPG was good. I think I watched, was it Chugga Conroy or Nintendo Capri Sun? I watched one of them go through it. I don't remember which one. But I had fun. I enjoyed it. The story was good. This is probably not going to have any of the story because it's a speed run. Story is not for speed runs. But I'm going to eat this food. I'm going to digest a little bit and have more food. Bulking is so fun. Beard collects snacks for later. I had jelly, but my landlord ate it all. So I replaced the jelly with honey. And that'll be it for today. My phone is at 2% and it's negatively charging right now. So I will see you guys in the next one. Patty out.